When drugs make it across the border, local law enforcement agencies have a bigger role to play in stopping them from hitting the streets. That leads us to an issue we covered a few weeks ago, a vote to bring back Operation Stonegarden funds in Pima County. The federal grant money goes to local authorities for work done in cooperation with Border Patrol. The scope of that work is sometimes controversial. However, the Board of Supervisors did vote to accept the funds again, with the hope of using some of the money to aid migrants just released from federal custody. Supervisor Sharon Bronson delivered the swing vote in favor of Stonegarden. In our studio, she explained her support.
I'm a member of the Arizona Border County Coalition, and we, for the last year, have been working on issues related to border security and economic development. As you know, my district is the only district that shares a border with Mexico. It's 130 miles, and it includes the Tohono Nation. But what it also does is include the ranches, the areas around Arivaca, and there are real border security issues there. I think what became perfectly clear as we were meeting with Border Patrol personnel as well as the Arizona Department of Homeland Security Director is that Stonegarden funding was going to stay here whether we took it or not. It would end up either going to, well, the other jurisdictions like the city of Tucson, Pinal County, which is a 287G organization, which means they do enforce immigration law. We do not. And it became clear the money was staying here, and it also became clear that we could capture indirect expenses and then use those for humanitarian purposes. And as I began talking with folks in Ajo and along in the ranches and the individual property owners in places like 3 Points, they found Stonegarden to be very helpful in terms of the issues related to drug interdiction and trafficking, and it was a matter of public safety to them. So if the money is staying here, and Sheriff Napier is saying he's agreeing to full disclosure, which we did not have before, and in fact, if he is stopping the Border Patrol, they did stops that were for no reason. They're just stopping cars maybe because of dark tinting. He's agreed he will not place his officers, the deputies, at these stops. So I think that is a big issue, because I think that was really harassment for our citizens and didn't really serve public safety. So if we're not going to do those, if we're going to get money to help with humanitarian aid, and if the money is staying here and we're getting full disclosure, it seems to me it makes sense to take it.
I would encourage you today.
The board's vote got a positive response from Sheriff Mark Napier. A statement reads in part, "We were able to take a contentious and politically charged issue and find a path forward. We reached compromises on key areas and heard from the community. I believe this should be applauded as an example of good governance." A spokesperson for the Arizona Department of Homeland Security also says it received a request from the Sheriff's Department about using Stonegarden funding for humanitarian aid, and it's in the process of finding out how to do so. Pima County has accepted Stonegarden money prior to all this, and then it stopped. Do you think much has shifted in the strategy of the work of the Sheriff's Department, the acceptance of the community?
I think the sheriff has pretty much, over the course of Stonegarden, done things the same way. I think what changed is the rhetoric in Washington. I know when I went out into District 3, which is 7,400 square miles, goes all the way to Ajo, people didn't know what Stonegarden was. What they were concerned about was the rhetoric coming out of Washington, and I am also concerned about that.
How do you envision this humanitarian aid actually being distributed in Pima County? How does it support you?
Mostly, I think, to the NGOs and non-government organizations that are actually providing help to the refugees seeking asylum. I think that those monies will be directed. And another thing that Sheriff Napier promised, we, as you know, Humane Borders has water stations out in the desert, and they have been vandalized. The sheriff has agreed to work very closely with Humane Borders to assure that we stop that vandalization. So I want to give kudos to the sheriff for that. And again, it's a tough decision, but if the money is going to stay here, I think we need to have it stay here in such a way that this community benefits all of this community, including the piece related to humanitarian aid.